So you'll be on the sidelines with the ESPN coverage happening tonight, all the platforms, video and radio as well. So this game right here, from our perspective, it's a great matchup. Best two teams in the country. From a national perspective, where you sit now in your
best
role at
ESPN,
ESPN,
country. Yeah.
Is people board that it's two SEC teams, or are you okay that it's Alabama, Georgia?
I don't get that impression at all because they are the two best teams in the country. I mean, it wasn't even close at the end. I mean, look what Georgia did to Michigan, and I had Michigan week 2 against Washington,
right.
and that, I said then that Michigan had a different feel to it because Harbaugh went half his coaching staff, went from one of the oldest coaching staffs in P5 to one of the youngest, and there was a newfound energy there, and you saw it all season long. That's Ohio State. They finally get it done, win a Big Ten title. They're coming in jaw locked against Georgia, but Georgia just got embarrassed by Alabama. They're all hacked off. And, man, you saw the best that Georgia has to offer, including Stetson Bennett, who I think gets just raked over the coals way too much for what he's been able to do. But, man, you handle those two bookends of Michigan, you keep Stetson Bennett clean with those two, man, I was beyond impressive. So you got a Bama squad who I had in the Cotton Bowl coming in, their jaws locked. They're playing that underdog role. I mean, they haven't been able to play that card, since La Monroe when the Warhawks rolled in yellow school buses and bag lunches.
Yellow school buses.
Back in 07, man.
Hey,
right?
but will you give me this? Last year, Bama 2020 would have beat this Bama team by 21 points.
I don't disagree with that one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is like Nick Saban has another opportunity to win a national championship with maybe his worst team.
Since then. When he's kicking DJ Hall on senior day up.
Yeah.
Squad,
The
right?
school bus.
Right. Yeah, but look, seriously, and you go in against Cincinnati, they're a 2-touchdown favorite, and they're still playing that underdog role. They really believe it. And here they are, an underdog against Georgia again. So Georgia's hacked off, because they got trucked and embarrassed, in the SEC championship game. Bama's hacked off because they've been, written off for dead after Texas A&M beat them. LSU gives them a fight, and Auburn almost beats them. If the running back doesn't go out of bounds, they probably do win the game.
That's right.
So, I mean, look, you got two teams coming in with an edge to them, and I can't wait, man. It's going to be good old-fashioned, knock the snot out of each other, paint swap, and bring back Keith Jackson-type football tonight.
Ian Fitzsimmons is with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Because you lived in our state for a good while, even having won the Heisman and being the first Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, if you don't win a national championship at Alabama, you're kind of viewed differently. As a quarterback, especially in this run, in the Saban run. It's huge for Stetson Bennett, obviously. He'll be a hero for the rest of his life in Georgia if he can pull this off. But, I mean, let's don't ignore the fact that even though Alabama's won $1 billion of these for Bryce Young and his legacy, if you don't win one of these, you're kind of used differently.
And you know what's amazing, Ryan, is you go back to that game against Cincinnati. They didn't ask him to be Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young. It was, hey, look, they have two of the best cover corners. I talked to one NFL scout, said that's the best tandem at corner in all of college football.
Yep.
And Kobe Bryant and Sauce Gardner at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
No.
You find me a better tandem out there.
Yeah.
You know?
And Alabama knew, let's don't challenge those guys because you can just line up and run it right down their throat.
Here comes B-Rob. It's not Derrick Henry. It's not Mark Ingram, right? I mean, it's not Johnny Musso or Bobby Humphrey that has the all-time bowl record. It's Brian Robinson.
Crazy.
204 yards, man. And they brought Slade Bolden across the middle, and just exposed the middle of that field and stayed away from the corners. It was an outstanding game plan by Bill O'Brien. And tonight, I mean, now you've shown that wrinkle, right, that you can do all of that. I mean, get ready.
Does 27 points win this game tonight, though? That's what they had against Cincinnati.
Man,
I think it needs more. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think 27 might do it.
Really?
I really do. Look, you look at the right side of Bama's offensive line. Ekiyor is going to go. It's a shoulder. He's going to play tonight. Chris Owens walked right past me. Or, hold on, not walked. I mean, he could hardly put any weight on that ankle. So that's the one to watch tonight is at right tackle. And you know that Carter and Davis and Dean and that front seven for Georgia, they got embarrassed.
Yes.
They're coming in jaw locked. They're wearing enamel off of their teeth right now to get back at these guys. So the one thing, it ain't sexy. It's not Jameson Williams, right? It's not Bryce Young. To me, Ryan, to answer your question, it's the guys up front.
Yeah.
Because, man, if Georgia can't handle that front of Alabama, it's going to be a long day for Stetson. And if Alabama can't handle that front, especially at the right tackle spot with Chris Owens and that, who are you putting over there?
Well, nobody
is
they
it
put
Randolph?
over there has
You going to put a
worked.
70 number on Randolph and move him to right tackle?
Nobody they put over there has worked anyway.
Right.
I mean, it's been a turnstile all season long.
So
At Auburn, they
It's-
would have done a better job of blocking the right side of the line if the right tackle would have just fallen down every play and maybe lose a step just to run around
Trying
them.
to trip a guy.
Fitzy's with us on the ESPN broadcast tonight of the national championship here in Indianapolis. I don't remember the exact yardage, but the drive where Alabama got their 17th point in the SEC championship game, Mechie caught one, I think, for about 30, then for about 20, and then about 11 for the touchdown. And there's no Mechie tonight.
Hey,
How big of a factor
That's
is that?
huge. That's huge. Look, and Brooks played well. Bolden played well, stepping in for him. But man, that's a big one. Now, I had a long conversation with Jamison Williams earlier this week. Who, by the way, man, that young man,
Yeah. He's
on
fine,
the
isn't he?
Dude,
He's on
that
the
was
all-hug team.
that
Yeah.
was the transfer portal win
Oh,
of the
well,
year.
oh my God.
When people bitch,
Unbelievable.
when people bitch about the portal, just point to Jamison Williams. Say, look, it works. This is what the portal was designed.
That guy
for.
had 9 receptions last
Yeah,
year.
I
How's
know.
that possible?
And he's a first-round draft pick now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell
He's a
yeah,
top
he
10
is.
guy.
Oh.
He might go. Yeah, Lance is right. He might go top 10.
Yeah.
But his story, I mean, I don't know how much you got. I mean, he really didn't want to get into it. And I asked him to elaborate about it, but he's not out there for himself. He's not playing for the man in the mirror. I mean, he's from a hard childhood in the streets of St. Louis. And he's had some people close to him that he's lost. And they told me I carry them out there with me every single day. Every time I go on the field, it's for them. And I said, "Do you want to elaborate?" He goes, "No." I mean, and that shows you how much he cares.
That's right.
About those other guys. And man, you go back to, I asked him about Ohio State. He said, "Look, I'm still very close with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave and those guys, but I just knew I had to go somewhere else."
They came to the SEC championship game to watch it.
Yeah, they are very, very tight. And man,
He wouldn't have got the catches if he'd stayed there. He wouldn't have got the catches.
No, he's a remarkable story. And I asked him about Mechie. He goes, "He's out there with me now too." And I like that. That's a big one. Jim, you are spot on, man. Not having him out there again in his rematch against Georgia, that is going to be big for Bama.
Hey, Rockstar, it just occurred to me because
Man.
Rockstar's awful
Hey.
quiet. You don't want to say hey to Fitzy?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, it's been so long.
It,
Hugs and kisses. You don't write anymore. You don't call.
It just occurred to me because we were kidding Rockstar about the Lions beating the Packers and costing themselves a draft pick, a number 1 pick. And Rockstar's like, "Well, who'd you take number 1 anyway?" There's going to be like 6 receivers in the first round. It's a given, right? Lions go
That's-
receiver.
that's the
Lions
go-to.
going to go receiver.
You don't need
you would-
anybody
you
to
would
throw it
think.
to him. Jared Goff's got that
That's the
covered.
thing.
Rockstar, can you play quarterback? That's the question, though, dude.
Can Jared Goff play quarterback?
No. That answers that
I believe
question.
we've learned that. Yeah.
You all right, LT?
Yeah. No. Hey, by the way, Jared Goff got a team to a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
I want to remind you.
Yeah.
He did.
Dude,
Yeah.
the money went to his head.
I'll
Anyway.
ask you another question then. If we're going to skip LT.
Well, I didn't know whose turn it was. I got lost because I did the Rockstar
Okay.
thing. So yeah.
I didn't know we were going in order. You guys have
Well,
like a
we
system here.
kind of try to do an order. Yeah.
So we don't walk over. Anybody have a question for Fitzy?
Yeah. So we don't have these situations.
Please hit the raise.
No
your-
story time, Rockstar, right
Yeah.
now. Don't do
Please,
that.
please hit
If
the
we
raise
could
the hand
just have
symbol.
our stories from
Oh
yesterday.
my God. I'm going to leave the mystery at this.
Okay.
The person sitting to my left and the person sitting to my right were texting the same person. That's all I'm going to
Oh
say.
yeah, I did hear this story. Yeah. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. You're right in the middle of that, were you?
It was.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Very famous person, by the way, too.
Yeah.
So Fitzy, tonight on the broadcast, you've had a chance to travel across.
We've lost Ryan now.
No,
He's
no,
gone.
I know this
He's
guy.
gone.
Go ahead.
You've traveled around the country this year with the fans back in the stands, and I know how much you love the
Oh, hell yeah.
pageantry of college football. Last year, it just wasn't the same. From jump around the very first Saturday to what we'll see tonight here at Lucas Oil Stadium, how much fun was it to actually do this again? Did you find for
Man.
yourself personally that you maybe at one point started to take it for granted and you
We did. Yes.
reinvigorated?
You drilled those words right there. We took it for granted.
Yep.
I mean, last year I had Texas Tech, West Virginia, and they put my ugly mug on TV last year 11 times. My
Right.
daughter, by the way, said, "Dad, the only reason they're putting you on TV is because you have to wear a mask." Thanks, kid. Appreciate it. That's harsh from a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
she's- I was
by the
about to
way,
say, she's
do
a
you
teenager
like
now.
doing radio more or sideline?
But it's both. But you mean TV or radio?
No,
But the bigger, radio, we get bigger games.
Right.
No, but I'm talking about like going on air and like doing a show like we're doing right now.
I got you. Man, dude, look, you and I've talked about this many a time. If I hit the lottery tonight, I'm still doing games for free.
Yeah.
I mean, the juice of the game is amazing. I'm quitting a talk show in a heartbeat. I mean, 8 to midnight Central, man, that's a grind.
Hey,
I love it. Don't
But
get me
real
wrong.
quick, Kat, your wife is the reason that me and Dunaway and Brown are together. Like, if you wouldn't have left Birmingham, seriously, I mean, that's why.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah. When we got the job offer to go back to and be with Randy Galloway, my wife from Dallas, she was like, "I don't care what the money is, gone."
Yeah, let's
We're-
go.
yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
taking this
You're
offer.
a great negotiator, sweetheart. Thanks, princess. Way to be, way to dominate.
Yeah.
You cost us a few grand there, babe. But I mean, to your point, like West Virginia, Texas Tech last year, the tortilla heads in Lubbock are insane. I mean, that's 70,000 just liquored up, tossing tortillas at kickoff. I mean, seriously, man, that's one of the underrated traditions in college football.
right.
When those tortillas come flying, I mean, it's a sight to behold. Even though they're not supposed to do it anymore, like the cowbell at Mississippi State, right?
Yeah. Look the other
But
way.
there was no one there. It was like an Alabama high school spring scrimmage. You're going, this ain't right. This ain't college football. So, we did take it for granted, and to be back against Clemson, Georgia, week 1, had that first game back, man, it was like, all right, yeah, now this
Feels
is
right.
This is beer and bourbon and barbecue, right? And the fans are back, and there's nothing better. I mean, we did take it for granted, without question.
All right, Sean McDonough, Todd Blackledge, and our man Ian Fitzsimmons here. That's a good crew. I love it.
One of us doesn't belong.
Well, I
looking at
mean, look, you didn't play in the NFL or at Penn State, and McDonough's a legend, but you're our guy. That's my favorite crew, by the way, is McDonough. And no offense, I love. I talked to Chris Fowler last night. Love them. Love Herb Street. McDonough and Blackledge are so good.
Yeah, they have a good chemistry. They
Yeah,
do. It'll be
crew.
fun tonight. It'll be a blast.
McDonough-
Can't wait. I think we have a close game.
How do you feel about the game?
Yeah, I think. Look, we haven't had a close natty since the last time these
That's
two
right.
teams met.
Yep, everything else is a blowout.
And I don't know if it's going to OT, but I think it's coming down to the final possession. I really do. And I think special teams is going to play a role. Someone's going to have to steal a possession tonight. The team that does that, obviously better chance to win the game. I think it's going to be close.
All right. Fitzy, man, thanks for being with us. I appreciate you.
Who Charles Barkley take?
He's got Georgia.
Oh,
He's got
Lord.
Georgia.
Yeah, he really liked Georgia.
Roll
He was
Tide.
on with us the other day. Yep.
Yeah. He's got Georgia. LT likes Georgia.
Yeah.
I do like
So,
Georgia.
But
I get it. I get it. The reason that Vegas couldn't make Bama a favorite is because the Sharps would have hammered Georgia.
Yep.
I mean, the big money would have come flowing in. You couldn't go from having them a 7-point favorite to being a 3-point dog. Couldn't do it.
You know, the only thing that scares LT about Georgia is that Barkley and I both like Georgia too. That
I'd
scares
scare the hell out of
See,
me.
I don't know if
I may
Dunaway
have
really
to go
does, though.
Hold on a minute. I may have to go Musburger. If you and Barkley like Georgia, I
Give
may
me
have to
the
go.
house.
I may have to go Musburger and empty the account on Bama. My
Yeah.
gosh.
Fitzy will
Dear
be calling
Lord.
it like Musburger tonight. Man, we always appreciate your friendship. And tell Kat we appreciate her going
That's
back
right.
to Dallas, opened the door for Brown and me.
Yep.
Changed my life.
Rockstar, miss you, buddy.
Miss you, love you, kiss you, want you. What?
What? Dude.
He's never changed.
All right, part of our show today being brought to you by the great
Follow
folks
that up.
at Champy's World Famous Chicken. I don't know. Brown usually wraps up the guest. Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Great place to go by. You'd love it. When you're back in town, we'll get some Champy's Chicken.
Come
Got
on.
chicken on a stick, Mississippi Delta recipe, tamales there. You can't beat that. You're home for blues, brews, and bird. It's our friends at Champy's Chicken. Back in a moment. This is the next round.
Debo Samuel.